Family, what's good? It's your boy TOJ, and I want to talk about Roland Martin is on a warpath. For the last 48 hours since Steve Gillum lost Florida. Well, he conceded the race in Florida, and two major Democrats did not win the governorships. I think Stacey Abrams is her name. Stacey Abrams and Steve Gillum both lost their races in Georgia, and Georgia is a red state, and Florida is a red state. Florida is blood red. That's why Florida is always like the one state that's a holdout during all the elections. But to sit there and blame, and I don't know what the fuck his problem is. I guess the Boule bird is probably what's got him mad, because dude, Roland Martin is on a warpath, man. I mean, for the last 48 hours, he's been doing live streams about Tariq Nasheed and quote-unquote fake Hotep people and all these fake conscious people. So let me jump into that right quick. That's smoke and mirrors. If Oprah Winfrey, Barack Obama, Bernie Sanders, if those powerhouses, and mind you, Obama is a former president who got 20 million followers on Twitter. That man is a historical figure who eclipses Tariq Nasheed. And if that man couldn't draw up enough support in a state like Georgia, which I don't think Obama, I don't think he carried Georgia. But if a former president and somebody like Oprah Winfrey can't get that lady in office, how the fuck you gonna blame Tariq Nasheed? The dude's a film producer. You got a woman that's an actual media mogul. You got a man that's a former president and all this other little bitty movers and shakers who can bust people to stations. All Jason Whitlock, Corey Holcomb, he even went in on the 5150 show. Corey Holcomb, Malcolm X, all these guys, Malcolm X, every last one of these guys explained why you don't just wholesale vote for anybody who the Democrats put on a spotlight, who they put out there. All these hopeful people. Because at the end of the day, it's something to be said when you got that much money behind a person that came out of nowhere. You got to always look at why celebrities are busting their ass to sit there and push out one particular person to stand alone. You see what I'm saying? I always watch that. The only politicians I really respect, quite honestly, are the ones who barely got any money. The ones who's not beholden to anybody that's corporate. The ones that's got to go door to door and knock for your votes. Those, I'm not, mind you, you can't knock door to door in a governor race. But when you got someone like a Steve Gillum who got a Bernie Sanders and all his political machine behind him, watch out for that shit. I remember when those emails came out, when the Russians did hack the DNC and all them emails came out, how much insider, backstabbing was going on with Donna Brazile and that crazy lady, something Schultz. I cannot think of Debbie Wasserman Schultz. All that shit they was doing and talking shit about Black Lives Matter and all them secret emails making fun of Shaquisha and all that shit, saying that we're gonna try the benign neglect strategy where they was harassing Hillary Clinton and getting Hillary Clinton to take back her super predator comment, and Roland Martin was sitting there shaking and twerking with Hillary Clinton. And I'm looking at how every time the Democrats come to the black neighborhood, it's always some shucking, jiving, chitlin circuit talk. You know what I'm saying? Now they cadence completely changed when they talk to us, because they don't even talk to us. They talk at us with the attitude of, we're here to save you, not what can we do for you. You see the point that I'm making? So yeah, miss me with that bullshit, bro. And that whole Roland Martin thing, bro. I don't know what the fuck they do with the situation with it. If somebody promised him something and he thinks Tariq ruined it, and this is a dude producing movies and TVs, and movies and music and stuff, but yet you got bigger fish to fry. I mean, other guys out there that's saying no, that's saying not to vote, but you're not attacking them. So just go to show you that somewhere Roland got to fight. He got to blame somebody, and so what I'm gonna do is this. Let's just say even if there is no black agenda. Because mind you, every politician, if you're not bringing money behind your agenda, and that's the thing. He was like, well, you can't say don't vote if the person don't have a black agenda if you don't present a black agenda. At the end of the day, you fail to realize something. It takes money to get the ear. You got to pay to play. And a lot of times, ain't no politician gonna you know what I'm saying, take it upon themselves to make a black agenda for people that's not paying them. I'm sorry, black people, that's the one thing we do have to come up with is a political action committee, bro, and put some money behind the right politician. Because that's what I'm looking at, the support. I'm looking at the money behind Steve Gillum and the money behind Stacey Abrams, and it ain't our money. So there was never ever a black agenda from the get-go. So how you going to present a black agenda to somebody who is not even funded by you to even push your agenda forward? Now, I did about 6 videos, and I even tried to clickbait the titles, and it didn't work. I'm going to give y'all, and I wrote the list down, because everybody always say Charlamagne the God on the Breakfast Club with Umar Johnson. He was like, bro, what are the solutions? At this point, we know the problems. What are the solutions? I'm going to do it again for the 9th time. The solutions, I'm going to go with the solutions first. And if you part of the conscious community and you want to know what the solutions are, I don't care. I don't want the credit for it. Just do it. These are solutions. Okay, first of all, stop praying. I don't mean stop praying to God. I'm just saying all that we shall overcome. We're going to pray for forgiveness and pray that the people that are hurting us and, disenfranchising the votes and all that those people are going to wake up and see the light. I don't believe in that. I don't mind praying in the morning saying, God, thank you for waking me up or whatever. That's all fine and well. But I don't make prayer my overall, like how I live my life. No, I mean, you got to put action behind everything that you do. Unless you won't get anywhere. Number 2, we have to establish a political action committee. Sit down with other already established politicians or politicians who got out of office and who are now regular people again. Ask them what the hell they had to do and how it works. Because a politician that's in the office right now ain't going to give you no information whether you know it or not. You got to pay to meet them. So if you get somebody who's already out of office, they have no problem sitting you down over a cup of coffee, a beer, what have you. You know what I'm saying now, and just telling you like the path, from A to B, and getting this legislation introduced. Number 3, no more marching, no more protesting, and no more demonstrations. All that is people want to get on Twitter, Instagram, and do selfies and push their mixtape. And I'm telling you, bro, that gets nowhere. People have been marching and protesting for the last 8 years since Obama been in office. Obama been in office for 2 years, and now it's 10 years since this man got in office. And he's out of office for 2 years, and we still fighting for the exact same shit we was marching and protesting for 10 years earlier. So apparently it don't work, and it didn't work back then. Number 4, make it your business to be financially literate. Go on the internet, do your research, pay for a financial literacy class, learn credit, learn about property, stipends, how to get grants, so on and so forth. Number 5, get a Facebook page. I got a Facebook page for my neighborhood. Everybody in this neighborhood know who I am. They know what I do. I know who the retired school teachers are. We know who the snitches are. And I don't mean like drugs. I mean the snitches, like these old people who ride around the neighborhood taking pictures of your house to complain to the parish. That's what we call the county. About a car with a broken headlight. I mean, it's just these old folks like a neighborhood watch kind of thing. They ride around the neighborhood snitching on everybody. This person got a guest. They've been there too long. That type of shit. Okay, and we also know who is retired lawyers, who do tax work, who does tutoring. If you have a Facebook page for your neighborhood, then you know who your neighbors are. That way you ain't got to knock on their door. Send them an inbox and say, look here, bro, I realize you do tax work. Can you come to my house and give me a price to do this, that, and the other? I know that you do business plans. It's almost it almost becomes a professional inventory for your neighborhood. So get a Facebook community page for your hood. If you're in a Cabrini Green projects, do a Cabrini Green project page. Okay, I think number 6. Do what if and why. The what if and why strategy is how people do plan A, plan B, and plan C. You say, for example, what if we did this? What, it wouldn't work. Then you say, why wouldn't it work? Because this, that, and the other. Then you go to plan B. Okay, what if we did this? Well, it wouldn't work. Well, why wouldn't it work? So always utilize the what, if, and why strategy while you planning out your next course of action. And this could be utilized in any aspect of your life. Flat tire on the side of the road. Or why you ain't got roadside assistance? Because I ain't got roadside assistance. Because this, that, and the other. All right, number 7. Partner up with other groups. Even if you ain't got all the money in the world, there's at least 10 other dudes in your city that's trying to accomplish the exact same shit you do. You can go to meetup.com, Toastmasters, find somebody or partner with other groups. If you're a Nawapian, you're Arabic, you're a Christian, you Hebrew Israelite, whatever your ideology is, put that shit aside and partner up with groups that thinks just like you. Your religion or your political affiliation have nothing to do with your end goal. Remember that. Okay, number 8, get out your feelings. Too many dudes sitting on the internet in a conscious community, which I'm not a part of. I'm just trying to help you guys out if you taking this stuff as serious as I hope you guys are. Now, if you're part of the conscious community, all the egos got to go away. Put all that shit aside. All that, you fucked my baby mama last week, or you ran into the back of my car, or you deciphered the scrolls and you made an ass out of me at a debate. Man, that's got nothing to do with the end goal. The end goal is once you're dead and gone, your legacy is going to be what you left. A bunch of videos and some complaining. Number 9 is establish a code of conduct. The code of conduct is basically do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And that's it. Make it simple as possible. Whatever the Jewish people are doing, you follow that pattern. You follow that success apparatus. Hispanic people, pretend you're Spanish. Whatever a Spanish, you think, it's almost like that phrase, what would Jesus do? You do the exact same thing. What would Jesus do? Jesus would, help another Spanish guy out without doing, what we would do to each other. So there's already communities that's already thriving, and there's almost people act as if we can't look at that community and follow their logic. Okay, number 10, silence is golden. What I mean by that is this. You don't have to tell everybody your business. The Asian dude or the Korean guy that want to buy the building down the street will not tell his best friend he's thinking about buying that building, because at the end of the day, even though they all are Korean, they're still competitors. We as black people got to learn to shut the fuck up. Quit telling everybody your business. That's part of a solution. Because remember, whenever you tell somebody something, there's always a hater that can go somewhere and thwart what you're trying to do. So you have to be able to watch yourself. Never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Now let's get on to the agenda items. I'm trying to go quick. Here we go. The agenda items are register to vote, but take voting just as serious as old people do. Get to know your candidates, bro. Do not take voting like we do today. Black people have an issue of wait until the last hour, the midnight hour, to run to the voting booth and say, oh my God, what is this agenda about? Them old Republicans, they know everything. They know what that dude did last week. They know what his mama doing. They know if he's a hunter, if he's a fisher, if he voted liberal. They know everything about the candidate before they go in, and they know all the propositions. Young people got to take that shit just as serious, man. Fuck the candidate, because that's a cult of personality. But them agenda items and those props, you got to watch them and take them things serious, bro. If you buy a property in a certain area, your property might not be worth shit in 10 years. All those millages and property taxes and all them tax hikes. Okay, number 2 agenda item, get you a passport. If you live here and you don't like life in America, you can always go somewhere else. There's Asians all over Jamaica. Asians are all over Africa and Haiti now. They may have, came from China, but they came from they're now, building a whole new life in Africa. Okay, number 3 is get a gun. Do not be afraid of being a person with a weapon in your house. A legalized weapon. I love my Second Amendment rights. I got no problem with being a Second Amendment gun holder. Number 4 is to vet all the pimp pastor preachers who are not down with pushing some agenda items forward. At the end of the day, there's too many. The black church, I think, that did a study, over 30 years, the black churches combined in 30 years took, I think, $4 billion worth of money from people, and nobody other than T.D. Jakes in his mansion, Creflo $1 in his mansion, and Eddie Long in his mansion. What have those guys done? What is the brick and mortar outcome of all of that money? Now, what you guys don't know, do you know a church? I'm gonna take my glasses off. You know a church can actually give you a microloan. Churches can't benefit from charging you interest, but you know a church can actually give you a loan, whether you know it or not. A lot of people don't know that your church, they can't legally make money off your loan. They can. There's nothing stopping a church like a T.D. Jakes, and you know how T.D. Jakes talk, oh, the things of life and all these blessings. Nothing is stopping T.D. Jakes from saying, the Lord has blessed me with $300,000, and I'm gonna give somebody in this audience a blessing of $2,000 a piece. Nothing is stopping that dude from doing that. So if your church is not down for just giving out microloans to the old lady who can't afford a medicine, or when I was a Mormon, I used to be a Mormon a long time ago. When I was a Mormon, they made it to where every dude who was a member of the Mormon church, he had to have a job outside the church. Either he was, they call it like the Relief Society. No, the Relief Society was the women's version of what we were. The men was called something else. But those men had to help out the women. If she was a single woman, you had to help her cut her grass, help her put together a swing set. Anything that any kind of service that she needed, you had to be of service to somebody in your church. Black churches don't do that today. If your church ain't about that, don't fuck with them. And you gotta vet them preachers, bro. If they're a member of that faith-based initiative shit, you better bring your ass to another church. Okay. Now I'm on number 6 right now. Number 6. In my neighborhood, we got a bunch of women who are retired. We got a bunch of dudes need work. Don't be scared to give your neighbor some work. There's a lot of dudes, man. There's a guy named Dexter right now. He always power walking. Kind of weird dude, keep to himself. But Dexter is one of those guys like myself, kind of clean shaven, no mustache, kind of well-spoken dude. He does bookkeeping. He's doing my books, as a matter of fact, right now. I caught him one day and I found it on. I seen him responding to somebody else. So in your neighborhood, employ. There's an old lady right now. She's like tutoring like 10 kids right now out of her kitchen, under the table. But I mean, she's still getting money. So don't be scared to give the car wash dudes some work. The little guys, like for the summertime, looking for some summer work, keep themselves out of trouble. The churches should always have that in mind. As a matter of fact, this year we did something called Neighborhood Cleanup Day, and we had a big ass dumpster container that they put next to my house. My house is by a train track, and it was 2 big ass dumpsters. So we can do spring cleaning. So a lot of times they just had, what wound up happening was people had pickup trucks and dump trucks was just going through picking up all the trash, tree trimmings and all that shit. We dumped it in that dumpster next to my house, and we did neighborhood cleanup day. But a lot of folks got paid. They got that money from cutting grass and doing side work or whatever. So group economics is number 7. Group economics is basically, I think Jay-Z and Diddy may have an app coming out soon where you can actually get on your app on your phone and find out all the black-owned businesses. Nothing is wrong with supporting black-owned. There's a black-owned business right now. I'm not going to name it. It's about to go out of business right now. It's a grocery store. But the dude, I'm sorry, he don't have the items that I buy. But there's always something there in his store that you can purchase to at least break bread with him. You know what I'm saying? I make sure that the guy business stays afloat. None of the hating shit. Eat healthy is number. I think I'm off. But either way, I'm just gonna go down the list. Eat healthy. You got to change your diet, bro. You can't sit there and say, well, I got high blood pressure and you're eating Popeyes every night. Fuck, I'm eating Popeyes. I got Popeyes sitting right there. But I mean, I eat at a place called City Greens. City Greens is like they make salads and shit. I'm not a vegan, but I eat at City Greens and I'm trying my best to avoid any kind of greasy food, any processed food, any McDonald's, stuff like that. So I eat a lot of salad, a lot of meat, and I just try to eat as healthy as possible. I got ginger water. It's somewhere. I must have left it in my room. But it's I put lemon slices in a jug of water with ginger chopped up and cucumber slices, and I let it sit for a day. And I've been drinking out of that to alkaline my body. So you know, as black men, we don't fuck with the doctor. We wait to the last minute, and you know I'm not lying. So we gotta start eating healthy, bro. Too many of my friends are dead. I'm 42 years old, and I work 17 hours a day. So I always get that comment, you look too old for 42. Well, fuck, I work 17 hours a day, and I run like 6 YouTube channels. I run 3 businesses, but I managed to work out, lift weights, and I look pretty good for my age. I mean, all things considered. But definitely eat healthy, bro. Work out, get that fat off your stomach, bro. Because a lot of our diseases start in your stomach, whether you know it or not. All that sugar, it feeds cancer. Okay, number 9 is get a family bank. Now this is the hardest thing for us, black people. Me and my older brother kind of cool now, and we started talking about a family bank. This is how the Chinese people do it. You have, and I think some of the Spanish folks do it too, but they just sent money home back to Mexico. Get you a family bank. Sit down with your family members that you can trust, and y'all put together a bank of money. Y'all start stacking money aside, because down here in New Orleans, we have a lot of hurricane evacuations. We all got secret money stashed away to where if something was to happen and I need to get a transmission for my car, my brother can wire me some money. Basically, they can wire me some money to get my transmission fixed, or I can wire them some money to get their transmission. Basically, I'm just saying, start making partners out of your own family members. That way, if something happened and your house catch on fire, you need somewhere to crash out, you need somewhere to stay. You got somebody to live with, and who better than the person that you're related to? And in closing, get life insurance, real life insurance that covers the price of the funeral, and that gives your family members at least 50 grand to play with. I got a 250 grand life insurance policy. I'm super healthy and stuff. So but get you the biggest problem is a lot of, especially down here in New Orleans, niggas die like every day over dumb shit. Heart attack, drive-by shooting, hit and run. We are the hit and run capital of Louisiana. And people just die instantaneous with no will. And you always see everybody throwing these little crawfish boils and little fish fries and all that shit to raise money to bury somebody. So also write you a will. So if you do die, unexpected, you want the bank and your family members to know what to do with your personal effects. Hope I cleared all this stuff, man. Agenda. I'm trying to make this stuff into a meme that can be shared. But anyway, yeah. So if you want all the agenda items, play the video back. I would have wrote them in the description, but I can't do that. I ain't got that kind of time. Plus, I don't get paid for YouTube videos. So either way, share this shit with your friends, guys. Hit like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the dark side.